Hey everybody, this is David here, aka Chessman, and we're going to be analyzing slash reviewing another chess game. Today we got Magnus Carlsen versus Caruana. This is a game from the World Blitz, World Rapid and Blitz of 2025. This was the Blitz section. This was actually in the finals. I think it was the first or the second game, but it was in the finals, and Um, I've been analyzing games, and I've been taking advantage of using chess.com's game review to help. I've I'm always trying to find grandmasters or videos out there that do a good job of explaining each move, because I want to know why each move is played. I don't like it when they skip over a bunch of moves, so I'm going to try not to do that in this video. I'm going to try to go over it. I'm trying to cover at least every move just a little bit, and hopefully we can enjoy this game in a more in-depth way. So without further ado, let's start. Um, Magnus Carlsen had the white pieces and Fabiano had the black pieces. It says Magnus played with a 95% accuracy and Caruana played with an 87% accuracy. And it also says that Magnus played like a 2950 while Fabiano played like a 2600. Their openings was a 98%. Their middle game was between a 93% and an 82%. So it looks like somewhere in the middle game, Fabiano messed up a little bit, enough for. It looks like Magnus got the win. So and it didn't. It looks like it didn't need an end game. So let's start and see what happened.
Grabbing space early, White's really saying, I'm here to fight for the center.
Okay, if you've seen my videos before, we've covered e4 before, but just in case you haven't, basically e4 is good at controlling the center. It controls these two squares, and it also provides space so the bishop and the queen can get out. So it's a really good move. Next move.
Alright, Black strikes with the Sicilian. A classic way to make things spicy from move 1.
It's hard to explain c5. One thing it does is it challenges the d4 square, so it stops. It doesn't stop it, but if white played d4, then you'd most likely take with the c pawn, and then you're trading a center pawn for a side pawn. So that's why it's good.
Developing the knight toward the center in this variation of the Sicilian defense.
Developing the knight, it develops a piece and it helps control the center. So you might play d4 next.
d6 opens up the light squared bishop and prevents White from pushing the pawn to e5 after Black eventually plays knight f6.
So like it said, it provides space for the bishop to get out, and it stops this pawn push. So that's why d6 is played. Like if he would have played knight f6 first, then you could have played e5, but now you can't play e5. Well, you could now, and you trade pawns, but it doesn't. I don't think it helps. So
Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Let's go.
this just develops a piece, and white's closer to castling, getting the king out of the center, and this helps control the d5 square. And we don't really know why controlling the d5 square is important right now. It's just that's what you do. You put your pieces towards the center, try to control center squares in hopes that it'll matter. In from my experience so far, that's why you do these things. There's no direct reason at right off.
Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Let's go.
Like that move, it develops a knight and increases influence in the center. Like, we don't know why increasing influence in the center will be helpful. We don't know why, but usually a lot of times it is. So that's why we do it.
That defends the pawn.
Okay, Also, um, playing this knight here was attacking the e4 pawn. So with d3 we defended the pawn, and we are creating space for the bishop to get out.
Black develops the knight and attacks the center.
Develops the knight and attacks the center. So that's why we play it. Again, we don't know why attacking the center will be helpful, but at least it helps stop pawn pushes, and the pawns stop pieces from jumping in. So we're staking our claim. We're fighting for the center.
Castling kingside gets the king out of dodge and the rook ready to rumble.
So again, castling is good because, like you said, it gets the king out of the center and it helps develop the rook. The rook can go to e1 now. Why do we want the rook on e1? Because we think if something opens up, it's probably going to be in the center. So either the e file might open or the d file might open. We don't know if those files will open, but we do these things guessing that they might.
Prepping that bishop for development. Let's get this show on the road.
So again, the main reason for e6 is so the bishop can be developed.
Spicy
move. A4 doesn't develop a piece. It stops b4, b5 from being played, which if he played a6 and b5, it would harass this bishop. Of course, the bishop could just tuck away now. But it's just to gain space, as far as I know. But let's see what the follow-up is. Yeah, so just developing. But it does say the best move was actually rook to e1. So there's no real plan right now in this early stage. So again, it's just developing the pieces. Those are the best moves.
Black develops the bishop. Classic developing move.
Like we said, developing is basically the name of the game right now. So that just develops a piece.
Not bad, but not brilliant.
Again, this move wasn't great, but it didn't hurt the position, really. Again, the best move was just to develop the rook. So again, no, we don't really know where the knight belongs. We don't really know where the bishop belongs yet. But we know the rook should go to e1.
This is now threatening to force weakened backward pawns.
Let's show the follow-up. So that's what it threatens. And this is the best play.
That bishop's new spot lets it control more squares.
Now it says this was the best move. Okay. And it stops the knight from capturing the piece.
Both sides have castled. Let the middle game begin.
Again, we know why castling is good. Protects the king, and the rook can now come to e8.
Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Let's go.
This develops a piece. We don't know what's going to happen with this bishop. Maybe it's supposed to guard this pawn, because this queen could come to b6, attacking the pawn. So we don't know. We don't know. Maybe this knight's supposed to challenge this knight, or maybe it's just to support this knight, or I don't know. Maybe this pawn will be pushed and traded eventually, and then the knight will jump in, or maybe the knight. I don't know. We don't know. Don't really know.
Solid move, nothing crazy.
Said solid move, nothing crazy. So it didn't hurt the position, is basically what it's saying. What was the point of it? Just in I don't know. The only thing I see is in case the bishop wants to go to b7. It did say the best move was actually a6. Let's see what the follow-up is. So it says the best move is c3, and then a6. Let's see.
Solid move.
Finally, Finally, Magnus plays e1, rook to e1. Excuse me. Even though now it says the best move was c3. So let's keep going.
Black activates the bishop and gets it into the game.
So why did we do that? Like he says, to get the bishop into the game. Why is it crucial to be on this diagonal? We don't know yet. Maybe this pawn will move up, and then now the rook can't go here, the king can't go here. Maybe the knight can still go here. Maybe the knight wants to travel from here to there, to g3.
This move is an absolute banger.
Let's see what the follow-up is. Alright, so the best move is for rook to go to c8. Again, why does the rook want to go to c8? Just in case the c file opens. If it doesn't open, then it's kind of pointless. It's just, you gotta make a move. That's chess.
Solid development with the rook. Good stuff.
And he does it. Fabiano plays the best move.
This sets up the threat to tactically win a knight.
Let's see what the tactic is. Okay, so it's to win the knight on a5. All this and white still, it's basically a draw. 0.21 is the advantage.
This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This basically hands the opponent the chance to kick a knight.
Show the idea.
This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This basically hands the opponent the chance to kick a knight.
So the best move was knight to c6, just centralizing the knight. Now, Levy is worried about pawn to e5, kicking the knight.
There was only one good move, and that was it. Look at this. This kicks the knight. What's next?
So kicks the knight. Let's see where
Gotta
it
scoot
goes.
that knight out of there. Pronto!
That was the best move. Basically, the knight was attacked, had to move. Let's see.
Zoom, zoom! White's knight found a more active square.
Now, why is the knight better here? We don't know. Will it help in some kind of attack on the king side? Maybe. But we really don't know. I mean, with this pawn here, the knight can't help defend the king, so that might be useful. Let's see.
Sharp move! They're not messing around with this one.
Let's see what the follow-up is. So, I mean, it seems like White's plan is to try to go for some attack on the king side and provoke weaknesses. Maybe this is a weakness now. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
This is the best move.
We already saw the follow-up already, so... Again, I'm trying to learn from the best, so I'm anxious to see if this attack worked. It says it's only a 0.54 advantage for White, so in my opinion, if Fabiano plays the best moves, it shouldn't work. But let's see if he does.
Spicy meatball right here, y'all. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
Let's see what the tactic is. Okay, so there's the bishop and the queen on this pawn. So okay.
Not the best move. There was something much better available.
But I believe this was to defend the pawn. Let's see what the best move was. See the follow up. Okay. All right, let's continue. So I still didn't. There wasn't an attack that worked. And that so it's still a drawn position. 0.54 is not enough of an advantage yet.
Threatening to win material through a tactic.
Let's see what the tactic is. I believe. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what the tactic is because the rook is defending the pawn. Let's see what the tactic is. Okay, so the rook is stuck guarding this pawn, so it couldn't move. So the bishop captured it. Would capture it. Let's see if this happens.
White is developing like a boss. What's next?
So white's developing. That's what this move is about. Just developing the queen.
This misses an opportunity to connect rooks.
So it's just saying the best move would have been queen to c7, connecting the rooks. So again, there's still really nothing going on in this position. So the best move was to connect the rooks.
By playing this, they let the opponent eventually win material.
Let's see what the tactic is. I believe it's probably moving this knight again. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it is. And I guess it wins material, but it's still only a 0.24 advantage. So, but the best move was to get the rook out of the way of the bishop.
This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win material.
Yeah, we already saw that.
Finally, white gets the last piece off the bench. Let's get this party started.
So it just brings the last piece into the game. For what reason, we still don't know why, but just in case something happens, the rook is active. That's chess. But that's just like life. Sometimes we don't know why we do things. Like why do we brush our teeth every day, or 3 times a day, or whatever? Just in case having healthy teeth is a good thing. Just in case that proves significant, and it could. It's much better to introduce yourself to people if you have, good health, like nice teeth, I imagine. But again, if we never meet people, then maybe it's not as important. But we don't know, so we do it just in case. We try to put the best clothes that we have on just in case it helps. We eat our food, and just in case it helps. We drink more water just in case it helps. We don't really know why we do these things. But let's continue. So just like chess, we develop our pieces. Why? Just in case it helps. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Some games it proves crucial and sometimes it ends in a draw. So
this misses an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
Misses an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a rook. So okay, knight to c8 was the best threatening this rook. So the best move, again, yeah, I think the rook could still go to g4, but... And I guess it would make the bishop a little more active. The knight would be out of play, though, but... maybe once the bishop trades off, the knight comes back. Let's continue.
This move is the only one that works. What a find.
But now white's up a point, 1.16. So that's pretty significant. I don't know if it's enough for a win yet, but it's still significant. Like, white shouldn't lose. And white has more moves that they can play without it being a blunder, without it being Fabiano in having winning chances. But this activates the knight. Again, I don't really know what it does, but the knight's got to do something. Maybe the queen's going to try to come to h5 and try to give mate. I don't know.
Losing a pawn? Ouch. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a tactic.
See what the missed tactic was. Okay. So that was a missed tactic.
Losing a pawn? Ouch. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a tactic.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this position they sacrifice the knight. They'll snag a pawn. Nice.
Let's see what the tactic is. So queen, queen, rook, rook, knight, bishop, knight, bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns to 5 pawns.
Easy peasy recapture.
So rook recaptures.
Boom! A passed pawn. That's a step closer to promotion, baby. What a move. Textbook stuff right there. They just missed the opportunity to recapture a piece from a previous move.
Says the best move was to capture the rook. But white's still up 1.68, even with this inaccuracy.
Recapture that piece. There was only one good move, and that was it. Recapture. That defends the knight.
So it defends the knight.
This move is the only one that works. What a find. The bishop is safe, thank goodness. Time to breathe.
Okay. I was trying to see why that's the only place for the bishop. Like, why couldn't the bishop retreat all the way back? Maybe because of c4.
This basically hands the opponent the chance to eventually win a knight. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win a pawn.
Let's see. Okay.
This basically hands the... Whoa! Black can't stop white from winning a knight if they make the right moves.
Show the tactic. Okay.
This sets up the threat to win material through a tactic.
Let's see the tactic. Queen, queen, knight, knight. 4 pawns versus 4 pawns. Yet white is winning by 4 points. Why? I don't know.
Solid trade. Keeps things even Steven on the board. Dropping a bishop is tough, but this game was already a lost cause.
Huh, so... Wait a minute, that's weird. It says white dropped a bishop, which doesn't make sense because the knight can recapture. So, let's...
Spicy! That knight was just sitting there waiting to be snatched up.
So, Levy is not perfect, that's for sure. Chess.com's game review is not perfect. But we got the knight back.
Spicy meatball right here, yo. They'll snag a rook. Nice.
So attacking the rook and attacking the bishop. Let's just show the tactic. Okay, that's enough. Lights up a rook. So that's that. Okay.
That's putting pressure with a threat to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
Let's show the tactic. So it'd still be 4 pawns, there's 4 pawns. But for some reason white's up 5 points. And I mean, black has the bishop, you'd think it would definitely be draw. Yeah, I don't understand why this is so great. But, okay. Okay, so we got that already.
Capturing the bishop wins material, Spicy.
Alright.
Easy peasy recapture.
Should we capture?
True, that queen is now in a safe zone. What a move.
I guess it just... I mean, the only thing I see is it stops the trade of queens. So...
Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Snagging that piece right back. Now there's a looming threat to force eventual checkmate.
Let's see what the checkmate is. Oh, it's just... Okay, yeah, it's just h6 and then queen to g7. But we'll show it. Let's see if we can... It could be stopped.
This keeps the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate.
So it stops the checkmate.
What? A free pawn? You don't see that every day.
So
What just happened?
white just got a free pawn. It says white's up 4 points of material. So this is down here. See, queen, queen, rook, rook, bishop. Okay, so we're up a knight and 1 pawn now. I mean, Magnus is.
Spicy move.
Just puts more protection on the g7 pawn.
Bullseye.
Pins the bishop to the queen.
Solid move.
Breaks the pin of the bishop to the queen.
What a move. Textbook stuff right there.
I mean, it just puts more pressure on this bishop. I don't see any other tactics.
Spicy meatball right here, yo.
So basically, the rook and the queen can't move because they would lose the bishop. So white's pieces are attacking, black's pieces are defending. But white has an extra knight.
Boom! Best move. Right here, right now.
Show the follow-up. Nice fork, but there's a check. Okay.
What? A free knight? You don't see that every day. What just happened? What a move.
show the follow up. So white would just be up a clean bishop. So, I mean, if it was me on my level, we'd keep playing. But on this level, that's enough to resign. So Fabiano resigned, and that was the game. There were, I guess, some inaccuracies here and there, but overall, I think the game was pretty good. Not really sure where the blunder was. It looks like
Ladies and
turn
gentlemen, in
knight.
this position, they sacrifice the knight. They'll snag a pawn. Nice.
I guess after this move, like Magnus won a pawn, and then I don't know somewhere.
This basically hands the opponent the chance to eventually win a knight. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win a pawn.
Right. And then somehow, yeah,
Snagging that piece right back.
Magnus went up a knight, and then just converted. So
Big brain move by white. A tactic grew their lead.
this was a blitz game, so the play's not expected to be perfect. That's why I'm sure Fabiano. That's why Fabiano only got an 87% accuracy. But it was a good game. If you watched the tournament or another tournament and you've seen a game that you think is worth covering or worth analyzing, just put it below in the comments and I'll try to find it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully sometime this year. I'm not in a huge rush, so if you want to watch a few more videos before you subscribe, be my guest. If you have any, I'm trying to put content out there that either it's me playing and hopefully you see my. Hopefully I get better. Hopefully my rating goes up and up and up. I do believe in God, so it's up to God how high my rating goes. But since I believe in God, I'm shooting for 3,000. Why not? Might as well. Maybe I should shoot for more than that. I don't know. But so yeah, if you have any advice about what kind of chess content I should put up there, or if there's something else I should be doing as well, maybe about my life or something. Tell me if you'd be interested in anything like that. I'm kind of thinking about it, but I'm not really sure. So I'm interested in trying new things. So trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Well, I think that's enough for today. If you haven't already, like I said, please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.